What's up, all you schooling motherfuckers? It's that time of the week again, bitch. It's another episode of Old School New School Comedy, and I am your piece of shit host, old school veteran, 27 years in this shit game, Christy Miller. And with me is I would consider him a new Jack. He's trying to take my picture now, and he's going to get clocked. I was kidding. He's been in the game about 14 years now, and I really love his style. It's refreshing to see someone coming up that actually is kind of original compared to these other new Jack kids. And I really like this guy. And you can see him at all the clubs all over New York City. And give it up for Daniel J. Perafan.
Hey. How are you,
I didn't mean to get you when you were chugging the water.
Yeah, for real. Thanks for having me on your podcast.
Oh, no. Thanks for coming out.
No, it's a lot of fun.
Is it fun already?
I'm already having a blast. Can you not tell?
No, I can't.
The audience at home listening to this, you obviously can tell I'm having a blast, right? Yes, of course. Oh, thanks a lot.
The crowd goes wild. So tell me, okay, so when you started, you started back in 2009?
Yeah, probably around then.
Okay, you don't even remember, do you?
Yeah, it was a long time ago.
Was it a net? What made you want to be a comic?
I guess I always just wanted to do it. I had an innate feeling. Maybe part of it, looking back now, it's probably all the advertising that stand-up comics get. It's always like some schlubby brown-haired kid, and I'm like, I'm a schlubby brown-haired kid. So maybe that's what it was. So it unconsciously hit me. But I always had an innate feeling that I wanted to do stand-up comedy. I always really wanted to be this. You know, this is the artist I always wanted to be. Is like just like, I don't know. I can't explain it. I just kind of always knew.
Yeah, and that's to me is the meaning of a true comedian. Like, you just know.
Yeah.
Like when I was 7 years old. Back in my time, when I was your age, we had horses and carriage, and we didn't have electricity. We got the light with a candle, you know. And I watched, which I've told this story before, the San Francisco Big Laugh Off on Showtime, and it was Marshall Warfield.
The what? On the what channel?
It's called Showtime.
No, Showtime. What was
the show? Was the San Francisco Big Laugh Off, because I grew up in the Bay Area.
Okay, nice.
And they had a New York Big Laugh Off, a Chicago Big Laugh Off, a Los Angeles Big Laugh Off, and all that. And then they would all the big cities would compete, and it was a comedy special, and they would they'd get winners from each town, and then each episode, each city had a winner, and they'd go up against each other for the semifinals and then the finals.
So it was like Last Comic Standing.
Kind of the original one, but with professional comics.
Oh.
Good night. Thank you. So I watched Marshall Warfield, the Reverend George Wallace.
Yeah.
At the time. He went by Reverend George Wallace.
Totally.
And Johnny Dark and Ollie Joe Prater. And I was like, oh, my God, I want to do this. I have to do this.
So just watching that special was enough for you?
Watching that special changed
Really?
everything, yeah.
Okay, nice.
And my mom had comedy albums. Like, we had Bill Cosby, we had Cheech and Chong, we had Don Rickles, we had all that stuff.
Yeah,
the typicals in the house. And I just got really obsessed with stand-up because I loved laughing. I loved seeing people laugh and feeling that energy when an audience laughs.
Yeah.
You know, because I'm a fucking, scumbag and like, hi, pay attention to me. And so it was that laughing and like seeing specials where they're all in the green room talking, like David Brenner and all these guys are talking in a green room back then in the 80s on like comedy shows.
Yeah.
And it was like, I want to be a part of that, like that whole green room camaraderie, telling jokes, making people laugh.
Really?
That
was all you loved?
That was what I loved.
Wow.
Yeah.
So you felt more in love with the spirit of being a comic?
Yes.
Is that what it was?
And there's nothing, I'm a huge comedy fan.
Totally.
Huge. Like, I love watching good comics. I don't care. If you make me laugh, I'm in. I am down with the cause.
Good.
And I'm such a fan of it, but I'm such a cunty snob when it comes to my comedy as well. Like, I don't like shitty comedy. I will tell you suck. I've told people to quit comedy at comedy cons.
Is that why you get so jacked? Because you talk a lot of smack because you back it up? Oh,
no, I'm jacked because I'm shallow.
Oh, no.
I lived in Los Angeles for 11 years. I'm very shallow. Excuse me. Hello. But yeah, it's just, I have such, like, it's my life. Like, I love it now more 27 and a half years in than I did when I started.
Yeah.
Like, I am so in love with this craft. It's so incredible, and I'm so lucky to be able to do this for a living.
That sounds really impressive, just being able to get that in the first place.
Yeah. How do you feel?
I mean, I didn't fall. I didn't. Admittedly, I cringe at the green. I love the green room hang and joke around, but I hate some of the comics who are in the green room.
100. I'm with you.
It's like like to me the romanticized version of the green room is me joking around with two comics while there's three comics dead silent because we hate each other.
Yeah.
You know, like that's the problem with being in stand up a long time too.
Yeah.
Is a lot of people are and you see people at their worst because you see sort of insecure betas, if you will.
Yeah.
Like, which alpha beta bullshit is bullshit, but like you see insecure people get real success in this world, and they become the shittiest people, but I guess that's who they always were in the first place.
Exactly, because it really, like with narcissism, everybody's narcissistic because that's our survival instinct.
Yeah, to a degree.
And if you have it in check, then you're fine.
Like anything else.
But when you watch comics, especially shitty ones or ones that feel like they've been robbed, like I should be on that stand. Why does he get in spots? Or how did he get that Netflix special? I'm funnier than him, and they start getting bitter and angry, and they haven't written a new 45-minute set in like 20 years, and they're still banking on that same 45. Like they don't have to write anymore, and it's like I watch it. I'm 27 years in, and half these guys I started out with. And I'm like, dude, what are you doing? Like, and then when COVID hit and shutdown hit and we really had to get creative and really figure out what our next move was. And a lot of them just fucking crumbled and their narcissism got out of control and they played the victim and the bully at the same time. And it's just like, and they get nasty and you sit in a green room, like you're saying, sitting in the green room and then you're like, go fuck yourself.
Yeah.
Go fuck yourself, dude. Get over yourself.
Or just, they're so... Forget the bitter part. They get all this success, and they have everyone kissing their ass, and they expect you to either fall in line with people kissing their ass or to get out of their way.
Yeah.
There's very little. They don't want any headbutting or anything.
Nope.
Especially now.
Yeah.
Sorry.
No, don't apologize. I want you to talk.
No, okay, look, especially now because, now everything is quantifiable. Before, being popular was kind of like an air. It was a little fairer because... Well, not fair for if you weren't like a white guy. It was fair for white guys.
Well, I think I know what you're saying. I think it was more of on an even playing ground.
More even,
because we didn't have social media then.
Yeah. That's part of it.
My idea of an Eventbrite or posting where I was performing was putting flyers on windshields in West Hollywood.
Oh my God.
Around the Comedy Store, or standing out in front of the Whiskey A Go Go after a show let out and handing out flyers to drunk people coming out of watching bands, or going hanging out at the Rainbow Bar and Grill and trying to pass flyers out. Like that was our Eventbrite. That was our, Facebook post. And so nowadays it's like people think if you have a lot of followers and you don't really have that quantifiable 45-minute set, like you're really a comic, and then they act like you owe them something. Like, oh, I'm better than you. I have 100,000 followers. Well, good for you, you cocksucker. Can you follow me? Good. Go up after me then. Since you're the headliner, I'll feature. Go ahead.
Yeah.
And I'll bury him. And I go, follow this, you bitches. Like Cher would say.
Cher would say it like that too.
Yeah, she did that on her tour.
Really?
Yeah.
Seriously? She would like destroy her like...
No, she was like, on her farewell tour back, 100 years ago.
Yeah,
she was dressed as a ringmaster, and she's like, I just want to say to Christina Aguilera and Britney Spears and all them, follow this, you bitches. And then the show started.
Oh, that's also a pretty good Cher. Oh my God.
Oh yeah, I'm known for Cher. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, everybody knows it.
Yeah, yeah. It's like, but it's still like. You see it live and in person. It's still very impressive.
Yeah, thanks.
Oh, fuck!
I was up. I did it. I auditioned for the U.S. tour of the Cher show from Broadway, but I don't think I got it. I think I was too big for the suit.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah.
I can do a really good Sunny.
Do you?
Oh,
let's do it.
Okay.
Let's do it.
Ah!
Oh.
Is that
Look out for that tree.
No.
Sonny. Yesterday you hit a tree. Your daughter's a man.
Oh my God.
Oh yeah. You haven't seen my act, have you?
No, I guess not. It's me pretty. Oh, I get to host for her.
I know. August 4th and 5th, we're doing a new comedy.
Are you driving
club.
there? How are you getting there?
And we're driving.
Okay. You live in the city, right?
Yeah, I live in Hell's Kitchen.
Okay, good. Yeah.
And so does Eric Marino. He lives a block away.
Okay, I have nowhere to get there. That's why.
Where do you live?
Clear. I live in Brooklyn.
Well, if you get to Hell's Kitchen, then ride with us.
Whatever.
Yeah, of course.
That's what I mean.
Yeah.
Okay,
Otherwise, if you get stuck, it's just the train to Newark Penn, and then it's a 4-minute drive from there, and we pick you up. But just meet us in Hell's Kitchen.
Yeah, it's probably the easiest.
Yeah, that's the fastest.
Anyway. Yeah.
So now you started out and you were like, I have to be a part of this. So I really enjoy your joke writing.
Thanks.
And I really enjoy your style.
Thanks.
And that's why, like, I tell people, like, out of all the next generation comics that are coming up, I really love Daniel because it's refreshing. And you really have like, your point of view is a little off kilter from, like, what guys talk about at that time or at that stage of your comedy life. And it's fun to watch.
Oh, thanks.
So
I feel part of it. It's just like there's just so few things that everyone knows about. I mean, it's so hard to find topics that people really agree about. That isn't like gun and death. I like talking about money because everyone's uncomfortable about money. You talk about yeah. I straight up ask people their salaries, like stuff like that. People get really the room gets dead quiet.
That's amazing.
No, it's just so silly.
It's so dumb.
Yeah.
Like, make something up, dude. Who cares? Like, I used to tell guys at shows at the Comedy Store that would be in town, like, tourists or whatever. Like, dude, next door to the Comedy Store was the Hyatt Regency, the hotel. And then just past that was a Saddle Ranch. It was a big, like country type bar with a mechanical bull. And it was huge. And all the little Hollywood chicks would hang out there.
Mechanical bull.
Yeah.
Wow.
And
what about the cocaine? Bathroom cocaine or no?
Bathroom cocaine, totes.
Nice.
Totes. And we would tell guys in the audience, dude, do you want to get laid out here? You're visiting? Go to Saddle Ranch and just tell girls you're a producer. They will suck your dick in the bathroom while you do a rail of coke off their ass.
Serious?
Yeah. We would hook male tourists up all the time.
But then it's like, do people really believe that kind of, like, do they really, I always say this, was the thirst really that bad where people want to get that famous that quickly? And
yeah.
Oh, fine.
Now remember, this is before the internet.
Oh,
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it was before TikTok and Instagram and all that shit. I never heard of that before. Like, there was no such thing as social media. Those two words weren't even in our vocabulary, let alone, you know what I mean? Like,
social media was like the library at the mall,
Kind of, yeah. Like you'd hang out in your Facebook groups at the mall at the table by the hot dog on a stick. But yeah, it was before social media, so we just tell them you're producers. And those bitches will fall for it. That's back when, like, Girls Gone Wild was a big thing.
Yeah.
Were you old enough to remember that?
I know of Girls. Yeah.
Yeah, Girls Gone Wild.
Girls Gone Wild.
I'm so showing my age right now. This is terrible. What's Girls Gone Wild? Fuck you, fetus.
You.
Kill yourself.
Yeah.
That is the original fucking whore thing. Yeah.
It's the OnlyFans. But I guess apparently there was some documentaries that came out that was all like, those guys were giant assholes, apparently.
Yeah.
They wouldn't actually pay the girls.
Never. They never paid them. They promised them.
That's fucked up.
Yeah. So it's like Pornhub, not OnlyFans, because at least OnlyFans, those girls make money.
Yeah, okay, fair
Pornhub,
enough. Yeah,
it's like
Pornhub.
a free click. Yeah.
Yeah, they're like, here, we're going to get all the ad revenue, and you get
and
lucky
they'd
to
fuck these
upload
girls, and they'd get them naked. They'd get like 3-4 ways, and then they wouldn't pay them.
System they had, actually.
Yeah, it was pretty brilliant, actually.
Yeah.
I wish I'd thought of it. Get the hot young boys. Hey, you want to be in a movie?
Yeah, let me see your dick.
Yeah, whip it out, you fucking cocksucker.
It's not weird. Come on.
It's not creepy when I touch it.
I want to do a sketch where I put up a sign on the street and it says free hand jobs, and we're just recording guys waiting online. The last guy is me not jerking him off, but me putting a box around him in my hand to make it seem like I'm jerking him off.
Right.
But it's not obscene. But I want to do it in a way where you could do it in the middle of the street and then also not get arrested. It's so hard to do both.
It is hard. Maybe you should just walk around with like a curtain, like one of those portable, like, remember the old school voting booths where it was just like a white curtain and the rods around and they had wheels on them? What am I, old again?
The hell? What is that? What are you talking about?
The voting booth. The old voting booths back in the day.
Yeah, okay. I remember those. Yes.
Yeah, they had the red
curtains. Yeah.
No, and it was like a white curtains all the way around, and you'd walk into there and you'd vote and come out.
Was it the machine?
This is like the 80s.
Was it a big gray machine? Was it a big gray machine?
No, we just filled out the things. We didn't and then you turn in the ballots.
Oh, no. For now have you voted recently?
Yeah, I vote all the
Okay.
time. I vote for anything.
Yeah.
Well, it's like I want to stay in my local community and make
Totally.
sure everything is like on point. You know.
I like doing that because they call you more. They're like, "Hey, what do you think about this?" Because you're
Right.
voting regularly. So,
yeah, and they constantly text, and I'm like, I'm
Yeah,
popular,
yeah.
whatever.
Yeah, sorry.
Hey, Kara, I'm sorry, I'm so
I
smart.
can't
Like
give
you want to
my
get?
vote.
Oh my god.
So what?
Whatever.
Whatever.
I don't know who you are. Why am I voting for you?
Yeah.
How much money do you have?
I want a new car.
Am I gonna get a rent reduction for that?
Oh my god.
So where do you like? Do you just play the clubs in the city? What do you do?
I don't know, all over, I guess. Especially when I first started. I mean, if you look at comedy now versus what it was, there's more judgment on jokes too, because you're putting your media for an online audience. There's a whole group of people
That watch comedy online and they don't come to the clubs.
Yeah, they don't pay a dime.
Nothing.
They're
Yeah.
nothing, and they
Yeah.
don't get shit. You know, they're
It's
not doing
our
anything.
Pornhub.
It's for real. It kind of sucks, but it's like also like, I suggest now. I've been thinking more and more about this. We should have all the videos you upload. You should block the name of the place you're at, and because it's free advertising for those places.
Come 100,000%.
So we should pixelate it out intentionally.
Yeah.
And then that way, if they want more, if they want they pay you a little bit.
Yeah.
That's how the more comedians can make money.
Yeah. I think you're onto something.
Anyway, I guess things have really changed. You know, because I started doing stand up, and then when I first started, social media had just sort of kicked in, if you will.
Mm-hmm.
And then over time, things were growing, and more people used it, et cetera. And then 2020 happened. And I feel like it hit peak absorption, you know, like where it becomes part of your life no matter what, even the regular person.
2020 really altered the social media game when it
Definitely.
came, because all of a sudden it wasn't just albums anymore. It was like sound clips or going to the clubs. It was all video.
Even look at these labels. I mean, the YouTube now, you can make more money dropping your special.
Yeah.
And some comedians do. They make more money dropping their special than they do fucking doing. It's so crazy, isn't it?
It's all backwards. Everything is all upside down right now. But what it is like with 2020, we discovered we can bypass the gatekeepers.
Yeah.
You know, and to me, like, I think what really started like the online thing going, we can do that. Louis C.K. When he dropped his special, like 12, what was that special? Like 12, he had it on his website. It was $5.
Yeah,
You
he could pay
download
whatever you want. It was pay whatever you want.
It was but it was like $5, and you could do up to 5 people could download it. So like you could all pitch in $1. He didn't care, and he made $1 million in one day, and people just went on his website and downloaded it onto their computers. And it was like fucking bypass all the gatekeepers.
Yeah.
And it's like, and then in 2020, it kind of forced us to realize, fuck the gatekeepers. And, you know, in 2020, you know, I'm a woman of a certain age, so technology and me are very foreign, you know, and after 2020 hit, that's when I like sat down for like 14 hours a day. Go, all right, I'm locked down, so let's learn this shit.
Yeah, but then that's a perfect example. I mean, technology does limit itself to certain people, like, and there's become more of a wealth inequality, because some asshole who has like 30,000 followers who could afford to put ads out for himself or herself,
or hire people to edit it nicely.
or hire people to manage their social media.
Yeah.
This person can get so much further than you.
Yep.
Because you're just a broke person.
Yeah.
It's bullshit.
Yeah, it's
and
total
we're seeing
bullshit.
it right in front of our eyes. These assholes. I mean, they're getting in at certain comedy clubs.
Yeah, it's disgusting.
It is, and they have larger followings. The hiccup is, but things I don't like about them specifically is that they're not as good as more seasoned comedians, but admittedly, they know how to get their base fired up and come out to see them. So that's really all a club should care about, is that they
care about butts and seats.
Yeah.
Now, my question is, because I've seen a lot of these idiots that have big social media followings and they have no act and they come into the club, I don't see the people coming in to see them. It's very rare. Like, you don't, you know, like it's very rare to see someone sell out a club because they have a high social media following in the city. It's very rare.
Well, Yes
Do you
and
see
no.
it? Do you see it?
Depends. Okay, so when you're saying sell out a club, what do you mean? Do you mean for themselves, for their monthly show? What are you talking about?
I'm talking about anything. Like if they put their name on a like clubs will book you because you have a lot of followers, not
Yeah.
because you're funny.
That's true. Well,
And-
hold on. They give you a chance. You still have to bring it up there a little bit.
No, you don't.
But it's more of a curve. You get more of a curve now than you did before. And a person like me who has nothing, you got to bring it every time or you get kicked off right away.
Yeah.
They get multiple chances.
They get tons. Like, and someone like me who's been told, you're too old to play our clubs. You know, we're going for a younger demographic. Oh, you've been in the game so long and you haven't really broke big, so you're probably not going to do shit. So we're not going to give you stage.
Yeah, that's literally what they think, yes.
Mhm.
But, like we all know, all you have to do is sell something to a large enough audience, and that's what making it is.
Yeah, exactly.
It's so stupid.
It's so
it ties
dumb.
into capitalism, too.
Yeah, it's 100%
It's fucking-
capitalism.
yeah,
it's
it's
100%.
dumb.
It's like you guys are complaining about capitalism and all this shit, and everything's on off balance, but you guys buy right fucking into it.
Yeah, but it's not just you guys. It's
You know
not.
it, yeah.
Yeah, but it's not like. It's more complex than that, obviously. But
It's
like,
just, I don't understand it because I think I've aged out of that.
look at certain. Okay, so let's take a look at albums, right? So
Mhm.
albums are one way to do it is to independently make your own albums. So
Which I have a record deal. And I
Okay, yeah,
so
with
my
what- who
album
do you
can,
have?
Realize Records.
okay,
So, I have 3 more records I owe them.
So to a listener, so let's say a listener, right?
Mhm.
They're paying you in advance, or maybe not. And then after your album is done, they take a percentage of
Yeah,
the
they
profits.
recoup their investment.
Because what they do is now usually at that point, this is where the good part of if quote unquote good part of capitalism is,
Mhm.
because now that they've invested in you, they want to see you come to fruition.
Yeah.
So let's say you, the artist, self-producing, you might get depressed. You might think to yourself, no one's going to buy this, and you don't sell it.
Mhm.
They take the exact same product and they put it on their exchange, and because of the large amount of people on their exchange,
Mhm.
it gets large followings. You can make a lot of views, a lot of money, blah blah. They take X amount of percentage, but the people they pick not necessarily are good people.
Mhm.
Some of them are people who are mediocre but have
Yep.
a market to sell to. Mediocre but a family friend of the person who's in charge of making those decisions.
Right.
Sometimes they're like college buddies. It's a really fucked up system we
Yeah,
have.
it is.
It's
I
really fucked
100% agree with you. 1,000%.
John Mulaney, I like him a lot, but he's one of the reasons his name is because he's rich.
Yeah, he's a
His
trust
family's
fund baby.
2 fucking lawyers.
Yeah, they're fucking rich. Yeah.
They are rich off their asses.
Jimmy Fallon's family, rich.
Rich.
Dad's best friend was Lorne Michaels.
Okay, who else? Oh, there's so many names.
Let's do it, baby. Dish.
Okay.
We don't hide
I heard,
nothing
I
on
heard
the show.
Michael Che's dad was an entertainment lawyer. Campbell Che. So Campbell something.
I did not know that.
Yeah, Colin first, whatever. His family's fucking super rich.
Right.
Who else?
Yeah, Colin's family's rich. Yeah,
I heard
Colin,
every single
'cause
person.
Colin, Jimmy, and John were all like rich babies.
If you pull up the financial history of every Comedy Central percent that came out in
Yeah.
the last couple of years, I'm willing to bet 90% of them are rich.
Yeah. They are.
10%, let's say 10% chance. There's a small, every so often they have to lend some.
But you
got
got to remember too, it takes money to make money.
True,
It's the
that's
old-
very
it's-
true. You're
it's-
right.
It's the old saying since I was a
Absolutely.
kid. It takes money to make
But
money.
then it goes back to the same bullshit capitalism bullshit that
right,
you're talking
but that's how the system is set up. So
fucked up.
it's so fucked up.
Also, those people are usually just friends with rich people.
Well, this is
usually
my point.
They have
So
someone to sell to.
you have all this money, so you have the support of your family, so you don't have to work a day job.
Absolutely.
You don't have to struggle or be exhausted or like have to hustle twice as hard. Everything's kind of handed to you. Everything's taken care of so you can focus on being a comic. You know what I mean? And then those rich people all know the other rich people and they all start like buying their way in. Like I've heard, I don't know her because I left LA in 2005 and came here and I didn't really hang out with her, was Whitney Cummings.
Oh, she rich?
Her daddy was really good friends with Barry Katz and said, I will fund this if you will get my daughter a show
Oh
at
shit!
Aspen. Yeah.
Damn, that is kind of how it works. You
Yeah,
just
like
you
he
make
paid
friends. Yeah, I know.
Barry, I will fund your project if you get my daughter
fund your project.
It was like some film he was doing at the time.
Yeah, that's kind of how they all make deals
like,
with each other.
I'll invest in your movie if you get my daughter a show.
That's 100% exactly how it works.
And and honestly, if you have that, good for you.
Yeah, but it's
not use everything to your advantage.
I don't mind. I feel like, but what I want is a little maybe
I want a chance.
sticker. For you, it'd just be like, this person did not earn it themselves. Asterisk. When they're like,
100%.
I earned it themselves. I'm a self-made person. Asterisk. That's it.
Yeah,
little asterisk.
Asterisk.
Hold on. You were born into wealth. So let's
keep it real. Let's keep it 100. Let's keep it 100.
You're gonna look if you're gonna be in charge of everything. It sucks. I can't do anything, but I'll be damned if you're not going to tell me you're wealthy.
Yeah, and I hate when they lie about it. Oh, I was homeless, sleeping in my car, bitch. What was your car? The Four Seasons Hotel, you fucking whore?
Can you block out this name in post?
Yes.
Okay, so Rachel.
I'm looking at the timestamp.
Okay. You know her?
No.
Well, she's a movie star now. Well, movie actor now.
Okay.
She was on stand-up for a little bit. She moved up because her family is richer than diamonds. Her like, I looked it up. She was in I knew her from around the comedy scene, but she was only around for like a year or two.
Sure.
And she had all these articles written about her. I'm like, how the fuck?
Yeah.
You hire a publicist. And someone broke it down for me. Like, you hire a publicist. They put you in the paper.
Yeah.
And you need a publicist. So anyone that wants a career in stand-up, if you can't afford a publicist, your career will go that much harder.
Yeah.
You need $6,000 a month.
Yeah.
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 $6,000 can get you a fair publicist.
Yeah.
And of course, the people that they're introducing you to have to like you and be like, okay. But that's once you pay $6,000 to somebody and they
don't care if they like you or not. They're going to get you work because they want that money.
Yeah, basically.
But they're sharks. They know how to get people on TV. They know how to get them heat around them. And that is, I've always told people, like, I don't have the money for a PR person. I wish I did.
Yeah, I know.
I
feel like putting up one of those like GoFundMe's for like $1 million. Like,
right. They need a PR. Or why don't we start a nonprofit PR firm for broke comics?
That'd be nice.
Pathetic relations is what we'll call it.
Oh, I like that.
Or poverty relations.
Poverty relations sounds better. I like that much better. What do you think? It's like, I don't know. I just feel like it's a fucked up system, and it's not like they're killing it. I see them on stage. They are not that good.
No, they aren't.
They aren't.
No.
I wanted to start a show that says rich comic versus poor comics, but none of the poor comics, none of the rich comics would show up.
No, they wouldn't, because they wouldn't want you to know they were rich.
Yeah. Oh my God, they hate that.
They don't like to be outed. It's like, dude, own it. Be like, I make fun of it, and then we'll all love you.
At least Rosewood Baker had the balls to like be like, yeah, I'm rich.
Yeah. It's like, because where did she come from? Oh, money. Never mind. Everybody, but whatever. Or somebody has somebody rich helping them.
It sucks, and they don't acknowledge that. They act like being able to pay.
Well,
I feel like there's much more talented poor people statistically because there's physically a larger number of people.
Well, think about it too. There's a larger number of funny poor comics versus rich comics because we're hungry. We're working our asses off because we're trying to get to that next level.
Yeah, I get it.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
so rich people don't have that hunger. They don't have that strife, that desperation to make it. They're there. It's like back in the day, I used to open for Paul Mooney for a long time.
Nice.
And I came from the Comedy Store. So sometimes Eddie Murphy would come in and hang out and watch the show. And I asked him the first time I met him, this is back when he did Dr. Dolittle. This is how old I am, people. I'm 150 years old. And I asked him, I said, when are you getting back on stage? He goes, I don't have the hunger. He goes, I have everything I need. I have nothing to strive for.
Good point.
And he goes, so I come to watch Mooney to get those juices flowing again, to get inspired.
Would he do like anything at all, or would he just watch?
He would just watch.
That's weird.
Yeah, he would just, because he was like taking it in and studying. Like when he did Raw, he had Paul Mooney do 30 minutes up front before he filmed that special.
Why? Really?
Because he wanted to work his ass off and have the best concert film in the history of the world.
So he basically warmed them up. And then
he got them riled up for 30 minutes, and then Eddie went out and goes, I know I got to bring it. Because Paul just went up and murdered. Now I got to top that, because he wanted to work hard. If he had it too easy, it wouldn't have came out as great as Raw was. Raw was phenomenal. And remember, that was like the first big concert film of our generation to watch. You know, Richard Pryor had Live on Sunset Strip and Here and Now. He would have specials like that and concert films. But That was like in the 70s. And then our generation, we had Eddie Murphy. And he wanted Raw to be huge in the theaters. And it was.
Was it like Square? It was like the Garden? Or when did Raw get filmed?
Raw was filmed on I think, was it D.C.? I forget where.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah, I forget where. It was at a theater. And he crushed.
Were you there?
No.
Oh.
It was before I knew Paul Mooney.
Oh, okay.
It was before I ever did comedy.
Yeah.
It was before. It was way before I was ever thinking I was a part of this whole nucleus of comedic geniuses.
Did you ever make a lot of money on stand-up comedy, or like?
I've had feast and famine. That's the way I look at it. It's all or nothing. Like, it's like you'll have a good year and then you'll have a shitty year, and you'll have a good year and then you'll have a shitty year. And it goes up and down, and that's just the law of the land until.
Do you work a lot of clubs too, or no? Just.
I used to work the clubs a lot here. I'm not working them anymore. I don't really give a shit about the clubs because they've changed so much.
No, they do.
The changing of the guard with all the new bookers and all the new styles.
Very annoying.
They're all 4-year-old kids that think they're comedians and they don't understand comedy, and they're just generally set up to book people that have a social media following, not necessarily put on a decent show.
I agree.
And I wasn't raised that way. I was raised at the Comedy Store. I was raised under Mitzi Shore.
Yeah, but then times change, right? So.
But it's like, but I grew up in an era of every comic on the lineup was a fucking monster. Like, kind of like the way the Cellar is. The Comedy Cellar here in New York City. Everybody's a monster on that stage. That's how I was raised. So when I play these clubs and these kids on these 8 o'clock and 10 o'clock shows on Friday and Saturday nights, like when I was starting out, I had to earn that spot. Like, I had to break my balls during the week and prove to Mitzi Shore that I was, on the fucking weekend spots.
But why does it matter? Even if I feel like they're still, Saturday and Friday nights, they're still working hard to get those spots. I feel like it's weekday that's more like the issue, you think? Or do you think?
No, weekday to me is the workout.
Okay.
New talent, up and coming, come and work out. That's because that's not really a big date night. But Friday and Saturday night is date night. People get dressed up. They pay extra for the tickets as they would during the week.
That's fair.
Their dinner. It's like a whole event on a Saturday night. We're going to go to the comedy club. We're going to get dinner. We're going to do this. It's a whole thing. So when and that's when all the tourists go. That's when everybody comes into the city from the outer boroughs. Like, they all come into the city on Friday and Saturday nights for a night on the town. And so you're expecting, like, to me, I'm expecting to see like great shows. It's New York City. This is the mecca of like great comedy. This is where the comics come and bust their ass and work. And if you're going to put on a new Jack who doesn't even have 8 minutes of material, and it's just like these people paid $25 to get in and a 2-drink minimum, and they're sitting there on a Saturday night watching these new Jacks when there's other comics that are more seasoned that you should put on those shows.
Fine, fair enough.
The Late Show, put the new Jacks on the late shows.
But I don't know.
If you want to make money, you can't put new Jacks on the weekends.
I don't know what to tell you. I mean, but they do. But some of these guys do very well.
There's nothing I can do about it.
He sucks. It is how it is.
Yeah, I just don't play the clubs anymore because I've either aged out or they think I'm weird or offensive or I don't kiss ass. I don't have a big.
There's 30 comedy clubs in New York City now.
Yeah, and I don't have the social media following that they want you to have.
Not all of them wants that, but they do. Every single one does have those annoying like regiments to get in. It's like, do this, do that, do that. And you could just be rich and impress the booker. Yeah. If you're rich, I've seen this. If you're rich, you have nicer clothing. You tend to have nicer things. The booker sometimes will just approach you, if anything, just because you're rich.
Yeah.
There's no reason other than that. It's fucked up.
It is fucked up. Do you have a hard time? Or they treat you well at the clubs?
No, it depends on which club. I have plenty to say.
What's your favorite club in the city to play?
I don't know. I work the Pair right now.
Okay.
And then my favorite ever, but I haven't really performed there a lot, was the Cellar.
Yeah.
It's a lot of fun.
The Cellar's magic. Because the energy there, it's like funny. Like
people want to laugh.
Yeah, they want to laugh, and that Cellar breeds. It's like the Comedy Store. It breeds funny. Like, it's like this shit attracts funny and like talent and great fucking comedy. I miss the Comedy Store. That was my home.
How did it change? Or you just left town?
I left. I moved here.
So you get to work there when you go back?
Yeah.
That's fucking sick.
My name's painted on the building, dear.
That's fucking sick.
It's been on the building for 23 years.
Oh my God.
Yeah. Yep.
I know who to ask when I go back to LA.
No.
Go visit family.
I'm sorry, who are you?
Oh my God. No. Well, then how would you suggest getting a TV credit? Did you ever get one? Like, how was your process for TV credit wise? Or like, what did you do?
Well, back then it was like either because I was affiliated with the Comedy Store, or I was working with Paul Mooney, or it was something like that, or someone would see you and have you come on. But I haven't been on TV in a long time. It's been last time I was on television was Tammy Pescatelli had her show. I think this was the last time. I can't remember now. Had her television show, A Stand-Up Mother, on WeTV. And it was on after Joan Rivers.
Nice.
And yeah. Do you know Tammy Pescatelli?
No,
She's a headlining comic. She's amazing. So she's like my family. So she was in town filming an episode, and she's like, and this is when I was working at Caroline's regularly with Paul Mooney, and whatchamacallit. And so I said, just go into the Caroline's office. Lewis is there during the day, Louis Ferranda. I go, just go talk to him. Tell him that you're with me and Mooney, and he'll probably let you do it. So boom, we filmed an episode with a fake show. We pulled in people off the streets to fill in as an audience that we're filming a TV show. So just laugh. So I pretended like my part on her show was, I'm one of the house MCs, like I was working her show, and I said me and Lewis were going to surprise her because I hadn't seen her since I moved out of California. So I was surprising her and hosting the show for her, like opening for her.
Oh, it's fantastic.
And it was fun. So we did that. And but it's like that was like the last club here that was really my home.
Holy shit.
Yeah. And now it's gone.
Yeah.
Just temporarily.
Yeah.
Caroline's looking for a new spot.
The New York Comedy. Oh, are they?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah. Oh, yeah. It's just because the landlords did her dirty.
Yeah, I heard they fucking raised the rent like a shit ton.
Over doubled it.
Oh my fucking God.
Yeah, and she goes, I can't afford that. Like,
of course.
This is a comedy club. Like,
Yeah.
we ain't balling.
Yeah, I'm not sure if you know what attendance looks like. It was already like barely like, yeah.
Yeah, we're lucky we get enough drinks to keep the lights on, lady.
Totally.
So so now it's a ping pong place called Spin.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
I can't.
That's so weird.
It's so creepy. I heard Susan
LOL was the
Sarandon.
last one in the area, I guess.
Probably LOL, and then they got, Broadway Comedy Club.
Broadway, yeah.
But
I always thought they were more off center. I feel like Times Square.
Yeah.
Like Caroline's was one of the few Times Square.
Well, it was a true Times Square, and it was also a contracted-in club. It was like headliners. It was an I-9 club.
Yeah, I-9?
It wasn't like independent contractor.
Oh, nice, yeah.
So like you get, you book a weekend there.
Like a W9, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I would call it I-9.
Whatever. I don't know.
Doesn't matter.
Yeah, so yeah,
so like the headliners would do Thursday through Sunday, and they rarely did showcase shows, but towards the end they did because they were desperate.
And that's when newer comics are going in.
Mm-hmm. But I play the Grizzly Pear a lot. I haven't been there since like last month, but I miss the old ways of the Pear, like the Village with who used to run it. Why are you looking at me like I have 3 heads?
Oh, yeah. Okay. I was like, what? Oh, yeah, duh.
I miss Kenny and Gabe.
Of course.
Those, they...
I miss them. I mean, honestly, I like working with them also. It's just like... And also, it was very fast, But then it's also things do change.
Yeah.
It kind of sucks.
Yeah. People get greedy and
What do you
things change. Oh, we'll just leave it at that. People get greedy and then they change things.
Oh.
Yeah.
Scandal.
Scandalous. Yes.
Okay.
Big scandal. So, but that's the way. That's usually what happens, and then it bites them in the ass. But whatever.
I mean, let's see.
Yeah, it's. I don't really care.
I can tell you, maybe off the record, but like, there are tons of like places that like have trouble paying their performers.
Yeah.
Or forget to pay them.
Yeah. Or pretend that they didn't say they were going to pay you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah. That's standard.
There's one club that. Well, I shouldn't say this.
Say it.
No, I can't say it on.
Well, don't say the club name. Just say what they do.
Okay.
And you can tell me off record.
I'll tell you off record.
Okay. So what?
No, I'll tell you the story off record.
No, tell the story, but just don't name the names.
It's the only club that does it, so they can figure it out.
Oh, I know what you're talking about. Oh, okay. Never mind. I just
Yeah.
whispered to him and it didn't work.
Yeah. Although that club has their own problems too.
Yeah, they all have problems.
Yeah, it's so weird.
I just kind of got sick of the whole, all the bullshit politics, because I'm a female comic too, so it's a lot different for me
No, I
than
get
it
that.
is for men comics.
Absolutely, I agree. I agree.
I'm also a 52-year-old female comic.
Oh my
so,
God.
So
You
I
look
get,
younger than me, you know?
Right?
You got, oh no.
Oh God, I love you. You're so fun. As we wrap it up here, thanks for coming on the show.
Oh yeah, it was a lot of fun.
And if you guys want to
flew by.
check out Daniel, you want to come see us in Newark, New Jersey at the Comedy Diner, August 4th and 5th. Doors open at 8, shows at 8:30. Come
Hell
on
yeah,
out.
plug.
It's gonna be so much fun, and you guys could see what I see with him, and I really
exciting.
enjoy his comedy, and I don't like anybody.
Oh, nice.
Ask my friends.
No, I appreciate
I hate everybody. I really fucking hate people, and I think they all suck. But I really enjoy watching you.
What kind of room is the Comedy Diner?
What kind of a room? It's a
Yeah.
room with 4 walls and chairs.
Sick. I'm excited.
Yeah, it's a BYOB club because
Neat.
it used to be a diner.
Yeah.
And then John G and Jim Madrinos. Jim Madrinos is an old friend of mine when I
know
started.
Jim Adrinos.
Yeah.
Or of him. Yeah.
Do you know his history?
No.
Jim Madrinos came up under Sam Kinison.
Oh, sick.
So he's one of Kinison's kids, and he was 15 years old when he started comedy.
Oh,
And
my
Sam took him
God.
under his wing, would take him on the road. Sam would sleep on his couch when him and his mom lived on the Upper East Side here, and he'd play Dangerfields. He'd crash out on the couch.
Holy shit.
Madrinos has the best stories, and he'll be on the show here in a couple weeks. And
That's fantastic.
yeah, so him and John took over this diner, and they remodeled it and make it a comedy club, but it's still a diner, and they don't have a liquor license, but they can do BYOB. So it's all like great food, and people bring in liquor, and it's so much fun. It is a rowdy crowd, and they are so fun. I have the best shows there.
Oh, I'm excited.
It's really fun. And so I like to wrap up the show with a couple questions. And one of my favorite things to ask a comic is there a bit that a comedian has done that you went, motherfucker, that is brilliant. I wish
yeah.
I had written that.
Well, yes. There's tons of them. I heard actually Rich Voss this weekend.
I
say
love
one
Rich
on his
Voss.
special. I haven't made his taping.
Oh, you went? Oh,
Yeah,
okay,
yeah.
cool.
So he said something that I'd never heard before, and I was like, oh, fuck, that's so funny. And destroyed. I'm not sure if we can retell it.
You can tell it.
okay.
We're paying homage to Rich Voss.
Okay, cool.
We love
so it's
Rich here.
Voss he said he was on stage, and he was like, "Oh, I was in Columbus recently. That place is great if you're a bullet."
You never heard that joke before?
Never.
Okay, that's an old joke.
Oh, really? Fuck.
Yeah, it's an old hack joke from the 80s.
Are you serious?
Oh, Rich. He probably told it really funny, though.
He did.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's an old joke
Oh,
about
fuck.
South Central LA. It's a great place to grow up if you're a bullet. They'd say it about the Bronx, Compton.
Oh, fuck!
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
the first time I ever heard that joke.
Oh, well, it's
Isn't
new
that
to
funny
you.
how, yeah, it was.
It was new to you.
Me and the entire room destroyed. in
Yeah, because it's a
laughter.
great stock line.
Oh,
It's a
fuck.
killer stock. Barry Diamond used to do that joke in the 90s. Barry Diamond as a comic that no one that's listening to the show has probably ever heard of. If you want to look up Barry Diamond, he was one of the funniest guys, old guys from the 80s at the Comedy Store.
Do you know Rich Voss?
Yeah, I love Richie. And Barry Diamond was in Bachelor Party. He played the crazy guy in Bachelor Party of the buddies of Tom Hanks. Sex and women. He was the crazy one. But Rich Voss, I fucking love Rich Voss.
Yeah.
He is hilarious.
He was so fucking. He destroyed.
Oh, he murders. Everywhere he goes, he murders.
Oh, there's.
But I love that the one thing he said was something that's totally stock
That's so
that
funny.
you loved.
There's another one that.
There's a reason for stock jokes. They work.
Yeah, they work. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, there's also that Mitch Hedberg joke where he's
Oh, Mitch Hedberg was the best.
If carrots had liquor, rabbits would be fucked up or something like that. That was another funny one. It was so stupid because
Yeah.
it was so easy.
I got a candle and I didn't have a candle holder, so I went to the grocery store and bought a cake.
Yeah,
Genius!
yeah,
Like who would
yeah.
he was the best.
Yeah. That was
Now,
really good.
my other favorite thing to ask somebody: what is your favorite street joke? 'Cause we
this
all
one-
have them.
This one I like.
Okay.
Mine's was I think it was a guy. A guy goes in with a giraffe to a bar, and they're getting drunk and they're wasted, and the giraffe is blackout drunk, and he knocks on the floor. The guy starts to leave, and the bartender yells at him, "Hey, you can't leave that lying there!" And he's like, "It's not a lion, it's a giraffe." Okay, thank you.
It's so bad, it's great.
I thought it was cool.
That's not a lion, it's a giraffe.
It's cute. Yeah.
That's adorable.
Yeah, it's adorable.
See, I tell horrible things.
Anyway, come see us August 4th.
Yes, and Daniel, tell everybody listening where they can find you on the socials.
Social media, Daniel J. Perafan. Find me. I'm on Instagram.
Okay, perfect.
Mostly there.
And don't forget to like, follow, subscribe, and share this show. And I love you guys so much. Thanks for listening. And I will yell at you guys next week.
Yeah.
Deuces.